I'd like now for the students to come forward, and I'd like Chan Albert to come and to speak to this issue. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Chan Albert. I'm 26 years old and I am a high school dropout. There were a few things that happened in my life which led to my dropping out. The first being raised in a single parent home, which was more often than not, it was unstable. It led to unhealthy behavior that led to early pregnancy. And so I had to transfer schools and I had to bring my daughter along with me. When she turned 18 months old, I was no longer eligible for the alternative school program, so I didn't see any other option other than leaving school, which I did at the age of 16. However, I am now pursuing my GED. I left school in about 2000, so it's taken me 9 years to come to this point. I was faced with the realization in watching my children go and them grow in school that they were going to graduate before I did, and it moved me to want to fight for a change. I am now, I have trouble, in providing just the basic needs that my children deserve. As children, they should not be accountable for me. You know what I'm saying? The jobs that I am able to obtain not having a high school diploma more often than not are through a temporary agency. It's nothing that will ever be adequate enough to support myself or my household. And I support this bill because I feel like if parents were held more accountable or there were alternatives presented to children, that the dropout rate wouldn't be so high. I didn't see any other way but to leave school. And if I were held more responsible or other parents, I believe that they would be more involved in their children's education and they would care more. Thank you.
Thank you, Chan. Thank you for your courage in coming forward. Appreciate it. Now, like Addie Nunez-Ortiz. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adelita Nunez-Ortiz. I am currently married, so I'm having trouble keeping my additional last name. I'm here to talk on the bill of 6569. At the age of 16, I had either one or two choices. Go back and complete the 10th grade all over again, or get my GED. And that came from my counselor in high school in New York City. When I entered the high school, I entered 9th grade. I loved it. It was great. When I went into 10th grade, I had the option to work and go to school at the same time. I thought that was a great idea, coming from a single grandmother family with no parents and no siblings. I felt that I could support myself and help my grandmother at the same time with some financial needs. At the end of that term, and I thought I was getting the credits that I needed, my counselor told me at the beginning of my 11th grade that I was not eligible to go into the 11th grade because I had failed to complete credits. That made me feel like I did all this work for nothing. The other choice was to get my GED. I dropped out of school, I tried to get my GED, but the freedom and the misguidance of not having someone or an alternative way of getting my high school diploma was not even in my future. It was not even in my grasp. So no one around me could advise me what to do. I later left New York City, came to New Haven, and I attended Wilbur Cross. That gave me an opportunity to start all over again. I transferred whatever credits I had obtained in New York City, and it gave me a new lease on high school. I loved it. I had a great time there. My favorite subject was U.S. history, And the teacher that was teaching me then is still teaching there now, and my children have also attended and attend Wilbur Cross at this time. However, being somewhere else with no family to support you, I also was faced again with the financial need of going and getting a job. So I got a part-time job, and I lost track of time, and I felt that the job and the money and the freedom was more important than taking on my high school diploma. I said I would get it later, and I'll get it later, and I'll get it later. Later was 10 years plus down the line, 2 children, and no high school diploma. Taking my kids to Head Start and kindergarten made me realize, oh my God, how am I going to tell my children school's important? I don't even have a high school diploma. Sorry. I enrolled in adult education in New Haven, and I continued to go for 4 or 5 months with some wonderful and excellent teachers there. Classes were small, and everyone was on the same level as me. I was a high school dropout. At the end of my exam was 2 Saturdays in a row, and I was so nervous and just said I'll take it and do it and see what happens, and Lord be with me. The teachers at the end of the day said, if you receive an envelope this small, it means that you did not pass the high school diploma. If you receive an envelope that's yellow and this big, then you have passed, and congratulations. Weeks had passed by, and I was anxious enough to find out if I had passed or failed, because it gave me a new perspective on life. I could show people that I finished my school and I could get a better job. When I went to the mailbox, I finally got the yellow envelope. And I was so excited and elated that I finally got my high school diploma. I felt valued and I felt important when I got it. My struggles would have been different if I had completed my high school diploma. I would have gone to college 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I would have been standing here with a PhD or a master's degree. However, my life was not as easy as that. And the bills that were available at the time, or the laws that were available at the time for teenagers my age, were not there. But this bill, HB 6569, stands for everything I should have had when I was 16. My daughter now is 17 and attending adult education. The hardest thing for me was to withdraw her from school. However, I need this to make sense to her because she's working really, really hard. Just the other day, I gave her an exam, and she sat there and she said, Mom, I studied for 5 minutes and I got a 93 on my exam, and you see how hard she's working. And she's going to go and attend adult education, and it's going to be for nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Because then she's going to feel worthless, and she's going to feel like she's never accomplished anything in her life. So please, if you have anything in your life that's worth something, your children are. And I'm going to fight for HB 6569 to pass. Thank you.